happy to receive you, our media colleagues and partners. Let's keep working together. As he indicated, we have a statement that we'll read as usual, and if there are questions, we can always take them. First statement for immediate release. CENTAL proposes administrative actions on MCSS officials accused of corruption pending probe. Welcomes LACC and FRA involvement in asset recovery team composition. Monrovia, Monday, April 21, 2025. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, thank you for always attending to our calls. Your support to our work in the fight against corruption has been nothing short of remarkable. Continue the great job. Over the last days, Liberian social and traditional media platforms have been awash with allegations of corruption and financial mismanagement involving officials of the Monrovia Consolidated School System, MCSS, including Superintendent James A.S. Momo, Based on intelligence gathered by the Financial Intelligence Agency, FRA, the allegations revealed, among many others, a likely insurance fraud scheme and misappropriation of funds intended for scholarship programs. It is reported that on April 8, 2025, FRA officer in charge, Mohammed A. Nasser, recommended to the LACC a full-scale investigation of the MCSS insurance scheme after the FIA found that Duncan, an employee of MCSS, received $8.1 million Liberian dollars in checks from Kabine Keita, a suspected employee of the Sky Insurance Company, which offers insurance services to the institution. It is further reported that FRA, which is the Financial Intelligence Agency, found no business relationship between Duncan and Keita to justify the transactions. Separate allegations also suggest that MCSS administrators charged $920 USD per teacher benefiting from a study abroad program in India, which has already been taken care of by government. While we cannot conclude that these allegations are true in the absence of a formal investigation into the matter, we view these allegations as very troubling for an education sector desperately in need of financial and non-financial resources to address infrastructure, staffing, supervision, capacity building, and other gaps that continue to undermine the allegations of discontent in the form of protest actions by students and also by teachers are amongst reasons why we beseech President Joseph Yuma Boakai Sr. to take timely administrative action by suspending the officials at the center of the alleged scandal in corruption, pending the outcome of LACC's independent investigation into the matter. If not adequately investigated and convincingly addressed, these grave allegations will tend to undermine stakeholders' trust in the system, undermine government's fight or efforts in tackling corruption, and give an indication of perpetuation of the culture of impunity for corruption and other offenses which have haunted the country for so long. Extended mandate of the Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, on March 6, 2024, President Joseph Yuma Boakai Sr. issued Executive Order Number 126 establishing the Asset Recovery Task Force to ensure processes leading to the location, recovery, and retrieval of wrongfully acquired public resources and properties within and outside Liberia. Subsequently, on March 8, 2024, the Executive Mansion named more than 15 individuals and institutions to the task force, including representatives of the Liberian National Police, General Service Agency, and the Ministry of Justice. The Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, LACC, was excluded from the list despite having a broad mandate to tackle corruption, which includes identifying and recovering stolen government resources and assets. The exclusion of LACC and the inclusion of politically active individuals to the task force led to CENTAL's open call for the dissolution and reconstitution of the task force if it must enjoy the confidence and support of the public and partners, including but not limited to development community, civil society, and other public integrity institutions. From all indications, the task force did not live up to expectations, in part due to internal wrangling involving the leadership and some members, multiple legal battles, post-trial operation, and limited stakeholders' engagement and cooperation. In March 2025, following the expiration of the Executive Order Number 126, the President moved to extend the mandate of the Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force. This time, the President corrected some of the grave mistakes that characterized his 2024 decision, which helped to undermine the work of the institution. Laudably, the President named a 5-member task force compared to the previous 15-member team that burdened the country financially and posed serious coordination and other issues for the team. Besides, the team is now mandated to collaborate with LACC, the Ministry of Justice, Liberia Revenue Authority, Financial Intelligence Agency, and the Office of the Ombudsman in the performance of its duties and functions. This mirrors an intentional collaborative approach in the performance of such vital function, which can go a long way in supporting Liberia's fight against corruption and ensuring an end to the culture of impunity for financial and other forms of corruption in the country. Firstly, we applaud the President's decision to have the task force expressly collaborate with critical institutions such as LACC, FRA, the Ministry of Justice, and the Office of the Ombudsman. We believe the expertise and experiences of these institutions will significantly enhance the work of the task force in its bid to locate and retrieve wrongfully acquired financial and non-financial resources and assets of the country. Secondly, we highly applaud the decision to reduce members of the team from 15 individuals and groups to 5, which will save government of resources that will otherwise be used to pay salaries and other benefits to members. Said resources will now be directed towards the cooperation of the institution, which is critical for its success. Meanwhile, we call on the task force to demonstrate transparency, impartiality, and political neutrality in the discharge of its functions. In conclusion, we encourage the Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force to go beyond LACC and the other named state institutions and forge mutually beneficial partnerships with the media, civil society, citizens, and other stakeholders to ensure remarkable success in its operations. Additionally, we urge the government to adequately fund and ensure the independence of the task force and other public integrity institutions, as they play important roles in boosting citizens' and partners' confidence in the system by creating an enabling environment for government to mobilize adequate domestic and external resources to fund its operation. Finally, CENTAL wishes to pledge her full support and cooperation to the task force in the implementation of its critical mandate that support anti-corruption, integrity building, and overall good governance efforts in the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now is your turn to ask questions. So if you have a question, you will raise your hand and you will be recognized. Where are the questions? Any question? No question? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.